Hello, my name is Jennifer, and welcome to part 70 of the Foster Child Challenge. And if you are returning, welcome back. And I said I was going to move out both Addison and Isabella, and I did, and I moved in to new toddlers. They are showing up not as the youngest because for some reason one of the new toddlers is has a little bit of a couple of days on her age, though she let me actually select her and not our Nicholas. And she's working on her imagination right now because I started her as soon as they were all outside and it was freezing out. So the first thing I tried to do was get them all in the house. I also had Lacey change the temperature so that it was only cold and not freezing. So now it is actually just cold and not freezing. So I had her come inside and her needs seemed to be okay. So I had her go play with the dollhouse just because I couldn't think of anything else to have her do at the time. And so let's take a look at Evie Roberts, and she was created, both the new toddlers were created by Becky XD, which I'll try and remember to put the details across here. So if you want to find them on the gallery, you can find them there. I don't think they have any CC. I mean, they don't, of course, in my game, but I don't know that they had it on the gallery either, if you want to add them to your game. But little Evie, let's take a look at her simology. I don't know if this aging, which I have aging off because I can't remember if it was Jasmine. It must be Jasmine. She is showing as she's going to age up. If I don't have aging off, she would age up because for some reason she was fully aged, even though she had no skills or anything like that when we got her. But, so I can't see how many days, but if you look at the bar, you'll see looks like, I'm assuming she's got a few more days than her little Maya, even though, of course, she has no skills. And that may be because I have seen a reported glitch that when you create Sims in CAS, they start their life with some days added on, just randomly. I hope they change it, because I don't really like that, because if you're doing challenges, it's not so good to have Sims start with days when you really probably want all the days available to them. I don't think this happens when they're born in the game and aging up. I think it only happens with Sims created. So she is angelic, and, as we had already seen, she has no skill. She's like just at one, and the movement was from her moving from outside to inside, that little bit of movement that she has there, and the imagination is just from her currently playing with the dollhouse. And our other new little sim, so that is Evie Roberts, and our other new little sim, like I said, was created also by Becky XD. And so I won't need any more toddlers for a little while. But once actually these two, Jasmine and Maya, have maxed their skills, I do find, as I've said before, the child stage takes a little bit of time, and then the teen stage, I find I get through what they need to do before they can be aged out and moved out pretty quickly. And they are obviously partially through. But let's concentrate on little Noah Blake. And his simology is that, again, he is the youngest, but he still has a couple of days, it looks like. He is a charmer. So that's our two new toddlers. And he also got a little bit of movement from moving outside the house to inside the house, but that's it, because I just have him eating because he was a little bit hungry. And I probably should have them potty trained, both of the new ones, but I just wanted to get them in the house, out of the cold, because it was freezing out there. I have Nicholas writing because Nicholas still has this showing as work normally because we had him take a fame opportunity and he was showing his grade out, and now he's no longer showing his grade out, but when I came back in, it's still showing work normally, unfortunately for him. I may see if repairing my game will help with that. I have deleted my local thumb cache, which I do every time I play pretty much, and that did not obviously help with this. And if worse comes to worse, I might have to just go into manage worlds and move them out and back in. That may get rid of that too. I'll try that, but that's kind of a nuisance. But I'll try it anyways. So what we need to do with Nicholas and with Lacey, and we may as well do it with Oliver since he's in the house still, because I did keep him. Because I figured we'd keep him because he was adopted until these ones are a little bit older and we can maybe move them out. But he has also maxed his parenting skills, so I don't want 5 toddlers at the same time. I think I said that after I had the 5 in the first place. I didn't really want 5 again, ever. But, once little Jasmine and or Maya age up, we can maybe add another toddler. We'll see at that point. It'd be probably preferred if we had them both aged up to child to have a third toddler in the house, and at which point we'll move Oliver out. So we need to make him a dependent. Toddler care, adopt as care dependent. And we may as well have him do that. I didn't mean to click on that. With both of them at the same time, and then I'll swap over. And I'm just showing this just in case you're new, you haven't seen all of it. This is how, when you add kids, toddlers, children and teens, if you want to make them care dependents, that's what you do. Obviously, with a child and a teen, you don't go under the toddler interactions. It just shows up on the person themselves. But, I only add toddlers to the house. And you could add a child if you had a child born, and then you could just move them into the house. And I would assume you just select the bassinet. The only way I've added, if I didn't say it properly, the only ways I've added babies that way is by actually adopting them, and so they become automatically the child of the parents because they're both married, so they're both the parents of them. It didn't matter who initiated it. So let's switch over to Lacey and do the same thing. Toddler care, adopt as care dependent, and little Evie is over here. We're going to do the same thing. Toddler care, adopt as care dependent. And then, as I said, I'm going to do the same thing with Oliver. Since he's here, he may as well be helping out. I don't tend to remember to remove them, which would be good before they left. But, they end up still taking care. I just, for some reason, never remember when I'm moving them out of the house to do that. Which is only an issue if I keep them as young adults, which I didn't with the other two. When they moved out, I aged them up and then essentially moved them out pretty soon afterwards. The two girls. So let's see. What can we do? Lacey, why don't you potty train little? Why don't we actually interact? Why don't we talk to Evie a little bit? Why don't we actually do some... I was going to say some flashcards. No, she can't. She has to teach her to talk first. Teach to talk. Because she's not got high enough communication skill for her to... But maybe she's better instead of teaching to talk. Maybe she's better to teach her some flashcards after all. But the flashcards, instead of being what I was doing, was basic needs. Let's teach her basic needs and hope she doesn't have a conniption fit about being taught. Because that quite often does happen. Oh, I don't know. I had Nicholas start a book, and he had started a book before. I don't know if he's a little glitched. I've seen some reports, again, of issues with writing and restarting books. So we're going to see whether he can actually do that. We'll try it again and see whether he can start that. I'll have to pay attention to see whether he actually continues it or not. I tend to have too many Sims to pay attention to notice that, whether or not they're continuing with what I tell them to do. So Lacey, so she did not seem to take a conniption fit. She didn't seem to get upset about being taught to do that, so that's good. And are you finished eating now? You are, and you actually kind of do need to go to the potty, but at the same time, I don't really want to... I'm wondering whether if we work again with him the same way on something other than right to potty, because sometimes they go, I don't want to. Wrong thing, it's under friendly. We're going to do some more flashcards. Skip by so quickly. Teach basic needs. We're going to teach little Noah some basic needs too. And I had commented, and I still have not done it with Nicholas and with Lacey, that I was planning on having them right there in the middle of the kitchen change a couple of their traits with the trading potion that you can get, because they have adequate enough reward points. And when I did it, I think it's 5,000. It's pretty expensive to do it, but I'm going to do it anyways. Because when I created them, they both have two traits in common: loves the outdoors and creative. And I'm going to remove the loves the outdoors from both of them and give them different traits from each other, so that all they'll have in common is that they're creative. Because I've been finding that you base the randomizer on the parents' traits, and I'm finding the kids are all too similar, and I'm wanting to play with a few more traits. So I thought by maybe changing their traits that'll like affect it going forward. So I will have to do that at some point. I may just do it off camera, but you know, let me know if you'd like to see it in action, because if you do, I can do it on camera for at least one of them. So it looks like he's actually continuing, hopefully, with that book, so we'll see whether he has any luck in completing it. How are your needs, Maya? I'm on the wrong thing. You're a little hungry, and you're a teeny bit tired. You're not that tired. I usually push them through a little bit. Her thinking needs to be, I'd like her to get to level 3. So why don't you do some, what's thatting of some things. Do that, and then, you know, why don't you watch Nicholas? Hopefully that one won't interfere with what he's doing. Friendly, and I think it usually tends to be on the last tab there we're going to watch, because that helps with your thinking too. And then, you know what? You want to play a tablet game, so why don't we come over here. Oh, good, she got to level 3, exactly what I wanted. We're going to play some Sim Shape. Though we could get her communication up and have it complete, but in some ways there's no rush because she's got so many other things to do. She's going to get that just generally on her own, I would think, and if push comes to shove, we'll just do it. So there's no point spending time actually actively working on that, unless I might have her talk to the nanny if she does her tablet here, because then she can work on both at the same time, in which case I don't mind, because it won't be detracting from the other. Okay, so I see that Lacey is finished with little Evie in terms of what she was doing. Oh, and Jasmine has gone to bed. But she kind of has to go to the bathroom. And she needs her thinking up too. So why don't you actually go potty and plan your outfit now. We're going to come over here and we're going to do some what's thatting yourself, and then you're going to go watch Nicholas too, just like your adopted sister or whatever your foster sister did, and then we'll let you go back to bed. So let's check in on Evie. She's getting a little bit tired. I think it's time for us to potty train. I think this one was the right one. Potty, okay. First, actually, I'm just going to have her clean that. And once she's done cleaning that, I'm going to have her potty train. Just so that she's not right beside Evie. That was an alarm. Which I've turned off. Nothing, it was an alarm that I didn't need. So let's take a look. So she is going potty. And now we're going to go over. And how are you doing? Noah, you're finished. You kind of need some potty training yourself. Maybe, is there anyone in here? The butler is in there, and the butler, that doesn't really work very well. Do we have another? I probably need to move those potties elsewhere, because the where the butler isn't necessarily a lot, because I mean I had it there because it worked, but I find that they don't like doing it with any of other than the nanny. I think the nanny's okay because the nanny is, you know, meant to be looking after them, so the nanny can be where the potty is. Butler, not so much. So I'm using the alt. I'm going to put it in this bedroom here. We don't really use the bedrooms other than the toddler room anyways, because I tend to, you know, use the rally the troops so they don't need to sleep. They still need to look after all their needs on the right-hand side, but they don't need to eat, sleep, or go to the bathroom usually. Okay, so you, Oliver, are going to come over here and potty train Noah. There you go. And then I might just need to have him eat anyways, because I have been finding that the rallying the troops doesn't necessarily work quite as well on the hunger. Or maybe somehow it's gotten down, because like his energy is almost max, but he's a little bit hungry. So let's see, have we have any luck with potty training? Is he going to have a conniption fit? Is he going to get upset and have a tantrum? I've been having my little toddlers have tantrums a lot. You went back to bed. Did you do the things? You didn't go to the potty. You went to go to the potty, but then you didn't go to the potty. Okay, up you get. Up, up, up. Go to the potty. That is the one that it is, Jasmine that thought it was Jasmine because she was sleeping. She is tired, poor thing. And did you get your thinking? No, you didn't do any of the stuff I asked you to do. At all. I'm going to put that back out here. I had moved it because it was interfering. Okay, now you have got to level 3. Oh, I was going to try and have her talk to the nanny, but the nanny has left, so she can't talk to the nanny. Can she talk to the butler? No, because the butler's too far away. I was just wanting to know whether or not that worked. But since it's not, I'm going to just remove that of her, what she's doing, because she's getting a little bit tired and a little hungry. So we're going to have her eat before she goes to bed. And then maybe, one of either of Lacey or Oliver can help. So she's had a potty. She's tired, that's why. But she still hasn't gone potty. No, you're not going to go outside and crawl through that. Okay, Jasmine. You're playful. You're still tired. What I would like you to do is come and just do some what's that. Can you do that on this? No, you can't. I couldn't remember. You can on this, though. I knew there was some toy type things you can. And then just go back to sleep. Because you are still tired and you had wanted to go to sleep. So, Evie, when you're done, hopefully you actually go potty. And then we're going to have Lacey read you to sleep. Evie. And then... because I changed it to winter for so we could have Winterfest on Christmas Day in real life. I didn't get through to New Year's Eve, but I can see that that's coming up. And I left it because it is still winter in real life, so I thought we would stick with winter until it ends in the game, and then I'm probably going to put it back onto the longer seasons again. Though I had thought of leaving the seasons shorter because it might help seem like time is passing better. So we're going to have him have Oliver put Noah to sleep, read him to sleep over there. And are you still doing your book? You are still working on that book. That's good. And since you'll be done sooner, we're going to come over here and rally the troops. Clubs. Rally the troops. She still needs to do some painting, but she doesn't work for 3 days, so it's not really a rush. I've kept her in her job for now. Though I have noticed that if you're in the job and where are you going? Oh, I need to have a bookcase in here. That's what I need. I guess it's not that far, but it's still not that close. It'd be better if it was in here. It would be more efficient to have the bookcase in this room. But I don't know really where I would put it because of the dresser. And we do have 4 kids, so I actually can't have 5 toddlers at one time because I only have 4 beds in here. I think I did that because I only intended on ever having 4 at one time. So, Maya, you are tired and you're still eating over there. So why don't you go potty when you finish? I don't know why you went outside to eat. And then you should just come to sleep because you're tired. And I don't know that I am going to have anyone be able to read to you. Did you actually finish that book? I don't know. One way to tell is to go write, resume writing. You did finish the book. Very good. So you're hungry. Are they in the group? Are they in the club? Club gatherings, rally the troops. So you can rally the troops with them. Unfortunately, they're sitting at the computers. Those seats are not really meant for sitting on. You should go sit somewhere else. If you're not even using the computer, please don't sit at our computers. I wonder whether we could say resume writing, whether we can do it or if he'll go, oh, there's someone in the seat. I'm just trying to see whether or not we can get him to move them by wanting to use the computer. Okay, so she is finished. So we got another rally of troops because they took so long that I had Nicholas do the rallying, but he didn't really need to. So let's see. Will you have any luck writing? Lacey's sitting down now. Lacey, you don't need to be there. Why don't you go take a thoughtful shower so you can do some painting? So what I was saying with the painting career is that one of the reasons I put her in it is you get a 25% markup on your paintings because you get an automatic selling to the art gallery. But if you sell paintings to the art gallery that aren't actually masterpieces, you don't get a fame boost. You only get the fame boost if they're actually masterpieces. You have to sell the regular ones instead. So is he actually writing? Okay. Oh, good. He is writing. Perfect. So I'm going to have her come over here. I don't know if this is her painting. It is. We're going to have her resume that when she finishes painting. Let's check in on Oliver. You don't really need to do that. Do we have anything we can sell? We can. He can supersell. No, just supersell so we get everything sold and out of here and make ourselves a little bit of money. But if they're not close enough, they don't work. They won't do it. Not that they really need the money. They have so much money. It's, they don't really need it. Oh, Oliver has maxed the gardening skill as a result of doing that. He was actually working on, I had him doing some paintings here. He needs to do some excellent paintings. Whose painting is this? That's Addison's. Well, we'll just, sell it to collector. And that is his. So he actually can sell that one to collector because that's actually his painting. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to do a classic painting. So now we got the notification that he's on the road to fame, because I guess that's his first thing he's done that was a fame interaction. But he doesn't actually have the star yet. He's still an unknown. It's just because the first time you do anything that has a fame interaction, that's what you get. So everybody's set up. The toddlers are all asleep. Yay. So I'm going to sort of play through with them while the toddlers are sleeping. And I think this part actually has gone on long enough. So I'll be back in the next part, probably after the toddlers have woken up, because there's really no point watching them doing their own thing, since the focus is really on trying to get some more kids out of the house. Oh, no thank you. We don't want to join you for lunch. We're doing our own thing here, and that'll interfere with the toddlers. So that is going to be it for this part. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye! This has been Jennifer. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below. I'd love to see them. If you liked the video, please leave a like. And if you'd like to see more videos of challenge, let's plays, tutorials, and occasional speed builds, please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thanks very much!